All right, good morning, traders. This is Perry Wilkie with StartupTrading.com. It is 3 minutes till 9 a.m. Eastern Time on Tuesday, November 19th. So, not really a lot to go over here this morning. So let's just get right into it because there are no real catalysts this week except for Nvidia after the bell tomorrow night, and that may or may not do anything. Right? It doesn't have to do anything. So as we look at where we're at, and I made the statement yesterday that what I think would be the best thing for the market would be we've been in an aggressive uptrend, right? That needs to get a little more serious on a retracement. So we had the little pause for the cause. We had the move down. We had the pause for the cause, basically, which is acceptance of lower prices. And now we're going to test, you like those lower prices? Let's see if you like them even lower. So we're either going to start sending out a probe much lower and then seeing if we like it tomorrow, or do a look below and fail today. So getting I'm still in favor of shorts, and unless we start trading above 59.25, which is quite a ways up. So obviously a lot of pain if we start getting long from here to there. So the VIX would have to be dropping and everything. It doesn't mean that I'm gonna just hold on to a short up until then, but that's the area that I think that you've really got to start proving yourself. You got to end the one time framing down, right? So that one time framing down doesn't end today. It wouldn't end until you started trading back above 59.33, and that would be for the session. And if we look at the bell, you know, same thing because that was the high for yesterday. So what needs to be seen now is, can we trade down to 58.01? It's only another 61 points from where we're currently trading. We're down 58. So could we double down, as I say? Obviously we could. So that would be your magnet draw uh, to where we are, and you can see that that pullback low from that last uh, before we went back up again. There's a pullback low right around that level as well. So looking at the one time framing chart itself, getting back down, and this is where I think the rubber meets the road for the first time, is if we drop another 175 points on the NQ and get down to 20,251 quarter. Uh, that area needs to see if it can hold, and you can see that last time we were down here it was 183, so 260 to 180 basically is that area. Uh, I draw them as lines, but they're basically tiny areas of participation potentially. And then you can see that 58.01 is also shown up here. And keep in mind that previous high for the ES that you would really could check back down to is 57.85, and then below that. And we know that things should accelerate if you start trading back below 57.25. I don't think we're getting below there today, but you have to, once in a while you do get a big downsized move. It doesn't mean that it's impossible. It just means that it's unlikely to happen, right? Um, so we'll have to see, how serious these sellers are now that we're trapping. You can see there's a lot of consolidation, right? There's not too many traders. There's some traders stuck up here at this all-time high, right? There are some traders that were betting long in this consolidation that, we come back through. We had that election rally, but what I still think would be best for the market is if we trade down, and we'll know when it happens if that's all it is, right? We need to take out and start consolidating for a few sessions underneath this 57.25, but not really getting under 56.75. So like a little frustrating 50-point range down in here would be really what you would need to see. Then you just go back up, and then you'd see how high you can go at that point in time. So, a lot of things on the table for today. Right now, we're getting that look below the recent swing low for both these indexes. We'll just have to see if it can maintain price action below those levels. Uh, Looking at the ES overnight, 79 points basically, and if we look left on our chart here, we can see that uh, again, that 57.25 is really the area that you would like to test back down to. And you can see that, you got a couple of days action that would be a churn basically from 58.20 to, we'll call it 57.70. That area is, you could get a response out there and not get to the low. And then you can see that, as Jack would say, the leg start up that started this whole ball of wax basically came in at 57.53 on the ES. Uh, that's where it started from. And if we, get lower, that's an obvious checkpoint. So let's see what happens today. Markers down below that are noteworthy. There's really not a lot for the NASDAQ. Uh, Not anything else that I've shown for the that I've already shown for the ES, and for the Russell that would be 50 or 2281, and then 2258, and for the Dow you're looking at 42,858, and then potentially, keep in mind we're already at 4A. I'm sorry, we're already at 4B for the Dow, right? So it's going to take a lot. Potentially, we're at the bottom of the range for it. Maybe a test of this 550 or 42,858. You're going to have to be really doing something uh, impressing for the Dow to start getting below there today. But it doesn't mean you can't sit there and bounce between, and a frustrating move down on these lows between this 42,858 and this 43,122 before we pick direction. And keep in mind, about 1 out of 7 days, you do get runs that are below those levels, and we're not close to it yet on the ES or the NASDAQ, right? That's going to be between 58.36 and 58.13 for the ES. That's going to be between 20,070 and 20,190 basically for the NASDAQ. So we'll see what we get. I would expect, a small attempt at a rally. Keep in mind, the last 3 sessions now, we've had basically excess in A and pushing down in the first 30 minutes. And that first 30-minute high from 9:30 to 10 has not been taken out uh, after the bell, after at any point in time later in the day. So that'll be a tell if we get a pullback, if we get a drive down, that might show that there's some signs for potential long trades if we can start holding them above wherever that first 30 minutes is, that first 30-minute high today. So mark that off, and then don't be as cocky with your shorts while we're above that level if we do get above that level. I hope this helps. You guys have a great day, and we will